Hello, welcome to Chrysalis Invictus Tarot. My name is Elizabeth. We have a reading for you today just to see what messages there are for you, maybe some uplifting messages, and kind of what to expect in the next little while. When you're watching this, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching, it should work out for you. But we are currently filming in a really insane retrograde period where there is a lot of upheaval. There is a lot of the past being dredged up in order to be shown to you in a new way, to shift your perspective. And so with that comes a lot of heavy lessons and a lot of work. So this little reading is just something to maybe provide some relief or some insight into what's going on with you at this time. But like I said, it doesn't have to be during the retrograde season. So I thought I would give you the choice between these three tins. I wonder if I can stand them up. There you go. Choice number one. Choice number two. And pile number three. So this will be the primary tarot card I use. I'm also going to use oracle cards and see what comes up for us today. So grounding down now, feeling yourself connected to the root. Taking some long, slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. When you've made your selection, find the timestamp in the description box below or in the comments, and I will meet you at your reading. All right, pile number one, welcome to your reading. I'm just going to start with a Mystic Sister oracle card or two, depending on the energy. We're just looking for messages for pile number one at this time. What do they need to know? We have the card Kuan Yin. Finding clarity and solace through your spiritual connection is the first message that comes through with this card. Kuan Yin is a card of compassion and empathy, or a symbol, not just a card. And in this feeling deeply, it will be hard at this time to find solace in anything material or emotional, other people. It really is about finding that space of peace in your spiritual practice and allowing that to be a respite for you. I'm hearing that there's been a lot of jarring, a lot of juxtaposition, a lot of rumbly distortion in your life. And the line between truth and untruth is really foggy. So some people may be lying to themselves and therefore lying to you. This could be what you're doing. And there is this massive feeling of being pulled against one's will. But there isn't it's not like there's a resistance to this pull. It's just sort of like falling into a mode of like, I guess this is what's happening now. journeying out from the center, out from that space. There's a little bit of momentum, finding, perhaps you found, or you will find, an idea. I'm getting that there is someone else who will inspire you, who you can find solace in, find truth, find clarity. You can find all of these things in this person. And this does not mean this is a physical person. This could be that you read a book, watch a documentary, or are exposed to the theories or ideas of a great thinker from the past. This is not necessarily that a romantic partner, a friend, or a business partner will be coming in, but it is indicated that you are crossing paths with an idea that will help you, again, to navigate this period of time. And part of what is so difficult is how deeply you feel into things. But these ideas will give you a renewed sense of, it's like fresh water. Fresh feelings, like an overhaul of, the water at the bottom of the waterfall is the freshest kind of feeling. It's this new, refreshed sensibility, the ability to connect with others in a different way, with a full cup, feeling fruitful in yourself. But this is something that is brought to you through your spiritual practice, by seeking help or solace in these ideas or theories. And the disappointments may come up through this process. So in recognizing this other who gets it, or who understands things as you do, or understands things in a way that you need to hear, you will begin to recognize who doesn't. But you're reminded that this is a period for it to be you and this other person, or you with these ideas, you with your sense of spirit, your inner world, your inner landscape, navigating this time together. Let's get a few crystal wisdom cards. A little bit of extra advice for you at this time. This is a very peaceful process if you allow it. Your resistance to this process is going to be the most difficult part, or holding on to what you think you should be doing, or notions of how you should be. And there is opal, joy. My soul sings and dances to the vibration of joy. And there are some interpretations of this card where this is a card of joy. So you're going to find a different kind of joy. I think perhaps one that you haven't experienced before. One that sort of expands the boundaries of what you have known. You're singing yourself whole, something I heard. So there's opal, joy, celebration. It's celebration in a different way though, because it's not necessarily collective. There is a stream here where this is two people. You know, this is two people who are well balanced in themselves coming together and being balanced with each other and balancing out each other's ideas, sort of completing a work together. So perhaps it's a creative endeavor that requires two people, or didn't require two people, but then it turns out that that's the best way of going about it. And we have moonstone cycles. I am in the divine flow of my soul rhythms and life cycles. Yeah, so there's a lot of trust in spirit in just allowing this process to unfold, allowing yourself to be inspired, to be moved. If you consider yourself to be more extroverted, or if you are someone who doesn't really spend a lot of time alone, maybe working on or allowing yourself to embrace that difference. So seek new ideas. Draw inward. And that's what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope this was helpful. Please give this video a like. Leave me a comment down below, even if it's just to let me know what pile you chose. And subscribe to my channel so I can keep meeting you here. Thank you so much. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the White Sage Tarot. This kind of guy here. And we're going to pull one, or we'll see how it goes, maybe more than one oracle card to see just an overall energy for this reading. And this is a reading to see if there are any messages, perhaps messages of comfort or guidance going forward at this time. So this could be about anything, keeping it very general, very broad. And as I'm shuffling, I do have a card that has come out. So let's start with the oracle cards. I hope this finds you well. Please give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I would love to keep making these. Wow. Okay. I'd love to keep making these videos. Kuan Yin. The energy of compassion and empathy. I'm getting from this that for some of you, you've been very compassionate with those outside of your immediate circle. You've been, or even further to that, compassionate to people outside of yourself. So giving people the love and validation that you do not give yourself. This is a call to draw inward. This is a call to draw in the energies that you have been giving away and put them in yourself. And from that space, create a protective barrier around yourself. A protective barrier that is not a wall, but that's made out of your gratitude, your love, your bright and radiant energy. And you may know the saying, as above, so below. This is you being a conduit and a channel for energy, removing yourself from the disruption of the flow of this universal energy. Let's take a look at the tarot cards. The first card that I had that I want to keep and make note of is the Ten of Pentacles. This is a material dream come true. This is having put in the work, and everything has, you've been working toward this end. And so materially, you are seeing this balance. Materially, you are in this flow. So this is suggesting that, well, let's get some more cards. But what I'm getting from this is that there's a suggestion of refocus. The Eight of Swords. It feels like you are unwinding your self-limiting beliefs. It feels like you are starting to be gentler with yourself in your thoughts. That you see that others can be hard on you. You can see that, I don't know why this isn't focusing. You can see that, maybe that will work. The world is a harsh place, can be a harsh place. And you're starting to come into the awareness that if the world is harsh to you and you're harsh to you, you have no close ally. That you cannot rely on people outside of yourself for this protection. That you have to be in a space in yourself. There was this quote, and I'm going to butcher it, so I'm going to paraphrase, but it was about how you should live your life so that if anyone said anything bad about you, no one would believe it. And not in a manipulative, because I think that there's definitely like sociopaths that live that way. But I think it's more the idea that if you treat people with respect and gratitude and kindness, and if you have a strength of character and you live with authenticity and you know your truth, so that, if someone said to you, this could be a pile where people have experience with gaslighting or projection from close ones, from friends or relationships or family. And when you know yourself, there's nothing they can say that is going to hurt you, because they are not speaking of your truth. They're speaking of their truth. And that will become very obvious to people outside of yourself. So this is really a beautiful thing, you coming into this awareness that I need to be my own ally. and trusting in the foundations. Again, so here, this is really indicating that whatever you've been working toward materially is coming to fruition. You're already in that flow. This flow that we were talking about here at the beginning is already happening. You have a completion there. So the focus does not need to be on that material reality. There's this ability to trust. This is what you can know, is that you have done the work and it will be paying off for you. There we go. Balance, flow, trust. Let's see what else. What messages we have? Pile number 2. The Wheel of Fortune. Reversed. There is a story that you tell yourself when you come to this point each time. You're asked to become aware of the story. So the 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. It's where, fate steps in. It's where something greater than yourself turns a wheel and you're just along for the ride. With this trust and with beginning to be your own ally and to not allow other people to tell you who or what you are or who or what your work is. You no longer need to fear the turn of this wheel. You're in a good place to move forward. To embrace the death as it comes and the renewal of life. So through this next cycle, you will start to see and have more confidence in your material situation. What advice do we have for you, I wonder? Let's try the flower petals, see what oracle advice we can get for you. Pile number 2. What's oracle advice? Magnolia. You will find what you need in the wisdom of your heritage. Beautiful. And this can be the connection. This could be the pile where you are led by your ancestors. If not, perhaps taking a look at that, exploring that. I do have some readings on this channel that are ancestral readings that you might want to try. And Sweet Pea, the comfort of good company heals old hurts. So there's this feeling of what is absent here is love, or was love, until we pulled these oracle cards. As you are starting to trust in that you are materially taken care of, you can then refocus on, oh my goodness, pull back and refocus on other matters. So this could be that you are working a little bit too much, that you're neglecting other aspects of yourself. You're avoiding through work, you're avoiding dealing with certain things. But I'm working, you know, that kind of self-talk. And then we had the Six of Pentacles reversed as well. So there's a bit of being stuck in an energy of lack. So because of this perceived lack, because of not trusting this flow, you can become obsessive or neglect other parts of yourself. So you're being advised to connect with family, to connect with friends, to find the heart within this journey and trust that the heart has value as well. That it's not just about productivity and winning and money. You have already built that house. You have already built that structure. Just get out of your own way and go love the people that you love. So that's what I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you soon. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. We're going to see what messages there are for you at this time. You chose the Aquarian Tarot. I'm just going to pull a card from the Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. I'll write down what decks I've used in the description box below. The last 2 piles got the same card from this deck. What are the chances? So we'll see what we've got for you. Please do give this video a like. Hit the subscribe button so that we can keep meeting like this. And leave me a comment. Let me know how the reading resonated, or just let me know what pile you chose. We're starting with the Tuatha. Okay. Tuatha. The Tuatha were the gods of Irish mythology. And sometimes they were called the Shining Ones. They stood tall and radiant. They had gifts that people were drawn to. They were golden in a way. They seemed separate from the elements and yet like they were one of them. Like forces of nature rather than a flower. And so that's the energy that I'm getting from you, pile number 3. Dynamic, bold. Even if it is understated, there is a light that is within you that attracts others. Sometimes that light is cold. Sometimes that light is bright. That there is something about you that draws a crowd, whether you know it or not. And even if you feel uncomfortable with that attention, it's something that you are called to acknowledge about yourself, something that you cannot avoid. But let's pull some tarot cards and see, get a little bit more clarity on what the message is for you today. Words reversed. The Magician reversed. The Nine of Pentacles. reverse. Ooh, okay. We'll get one more. This reading is very different from the other two. And the King of Pentacles. Okay. What I'm getting immediately is a lack of confidence, a lack of belief in oneself, low self-worth, dropping into a space of almost neediness. It feels as though you have lost momentum somewhere along the way. This could be a lack of confidence in your ideas, a lack of confidence in your ability to communicate your truth. Perhaps you feel that you are not being received. This could also be a dual thing, that the world outside does not seem to reflect back to you that you are doing well. A lot of perceived failures. Or unfinished deeds, I'm also hearing for some of you. Unfinished deeds, interesting. And with the Magician in reverse, you are not using all of the tools that are available to you at this time, either because you don't see them, because of this lack of confidence, or you don't think that they have as much meaning as they do. Ordinarily, the Magician has his arm raised with the wand. It's a symbol of personal power. Here, the Magician is holding a wand at his side. His shoulders are slumped. He looks a bit worn down and uneasy, like he doesn't know what to do next. And I think that's very much reflective of your energy. You have almost a kaleidoscope full of ideas and directions to take. And perhaps you're not sure which direction to take, or there's a lack of wanting to. I'm getting a very lethargic, almost depressed energy from some of you, where it's just like, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. And the Nine of Pentacles is really, someone who has put in the work and is seeing that it's full grown. It's ready for harvest. The things that you've grown that are for you. But again, that harvest is right in front of your face. This bounty is right in front of your face, just as all of these tools are, just as the intensity of energy and movement and excitement is. It's all right there, right in front of your face, and you can't see it. Why can't you see it? I'm just going to pull another card to answer that question. Why can't pile number 3 see what is... Why can't pile number 3 see it? Is it the confidence? Interesting. Okay. King of Swords. The King of Swords is was missing a step. It's like you rose to these ideas with some part of the foundation, where some part of the foundation was cracked. Things might, oh, okay. I'm getting it now. Things may have come very easily to you in your life, particularly, this is a very clever bunch here, so intellectually. And so there's this way in which you do not celebrate your victories. You don't appropriately mark things because you don't see that they need to be marked. This is sort of like, you know, I graduated, but I don't think I did anything sensational. I don't think I need rewarding for that. I don't think that I really demonstrated excellence because it came easily to me. And so you see that other people have struggled and you feel that they earned it more than you did. Aha, this is kind of where you're giving your power away to this idea that because you didn't struggle, you didn't do it right, or you're missing something. But the King of Pentacles always puts in a lot of work. So this is indicating to me that you have done a lot to get to where you are. You're just very hard on yourself and very stubborn. You're your own worst critic, and you hold yourself to an unbelievably difficult level of, or standard. You expect perfection. So, you know, what I'm getting from this is honestly, like, go back and start something over. Find something that humbles you and begin again. This is like when a teacher goes back and is a student, they understand their students better. If you're feeling like you have not put in the work, find something that challenges you and put in that work. You know, or this is so interesting that it's the 12th. It's you are naturally gifted, naturally intelligent, but that doesn't mean that there are naturally gifted and intelligent people who don't put the work in, and it goes to, I don't want to say waste, but it can definitely shrink away. Like, it's not a given for life that you are, you know, in this space. So recognizing that you are maintaining. Interesting. Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Oh, you are a complicated bunch, pile number 3. I really like you. Everything in your life is coming to, that's why you have the 2 kings. That's why you have the 12th, like the Tua. You are, what you have been working toward, what you have been asking for is coming, it's coming to a close. You're at the end of a cycle. You've mastered your material realm. You've mastered your intellectual realm. But what remains, and this is the key to all of it, is what has not been mastered, what has been neglected are the emotions and the passions. These have been pushed aside in favor of material goals, of intellectual goals. We are missing the King of Cups and the King of Wands. So mastery of passions, mastery of emotions. And because those things have not been mastered, and this is what, especially intellectuals don't foresee, is that when you develop, so these are the two, I know this is going to sound strange, but these are the two masculine kings, in that the intellect and the material realm are very much of the masculine. These two cannot stand in isolation. They need to also have mastered their emotions to fully appreciate the bounty. So a King of Pentacles who does not have, a balanced love life or family life or relationships with other people or relationships to their passions and their creativity is just a goat sitting on a treasure pile. He knows how to make money, but he doesn't know how to fulfill himself emotionally. Similarly, the King of Swords, without creativity, becomes trapped in a very specific and narrow, potentially thesis, or he forgets how to move from intuition to intellect. He's only using part of his brain and becomes stagnant, or there's something missing. This unexplained something missing is this more passive or more feminine aspect. I think this happens a lot to people who are moving up in academics. So I'm definitely getting that here. This could be like you are working on some kind of higher level, like post-grad or like higher level of academics, and are finding yourself unappreciative of just like how amazing and how far you've come. It doesn't have to be, this can also be in a business or career of any kind or description, where you've climbed to a certain point, you're not seeing your own brilliance, and you're just kind of like being really hard on yourself. So it's time to see that brilliance. Working on the emotions, the passions, prioritizing those things with the equivalent enthusiasm and energy that you have given. Take that approach. How did you get to where you are in understanding how to build material success, to build material things around yourself? How did you get there intellectually, and use that same information to get yourself there emotionally and creatively? Write a poem or something. Anyway, I hope this was helpful and or interesting. Please leave me a comment, and we'll see you soon.